Cool. All right, so this is game number 3 of the Sound Blaster Nations Cup. This is France versus Spain, and I am casting with one of the admins, Hawkeye. What's up, man?
Oh, another fun day, man. Looks like we got a really good match here.
Yeah. Looking forward to it. I think it's going to be exciting to watch. We had a complete shutdown in game number 1, and then we had a complete shutdown in game number 2 from the opposite side. So, interesting to see who's going to be doing what this time. All right, cool. I have no idea what XPK is saying here, but something about tacos and my name in there. I don't know. My dog is in the house. Okay. It says the dog is in the house. I know that. That's only. Where is Australia? I don't know much Spanish, so I can't really understand what these guys are saying. I think they're just trolling.
Google Translate for the win.
Something about your mom. What is what? I don't know. Something. House. I don't know. Good stuff. So, anyways, no level 1 fight. From what I can tell, they're just kind of guarding the ramps and wraiths here. Same thing for Spain. And we should see a standard beginning for both teams. Warwick, I assume, is going to go top course. Uh-oh, somebody just quit out. I'm not sure what's going on there.
A summoner has disconnected.
Hopefully he'll be back.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, we're gonna remake.
Always.
Anyways, here we go. So let me. Oh man, I hate that whenever you alt tab and then like you can't move the screen. All right, I fixed it.
Oh yeah, in windowed mode.
Yeah, well you just got alt tab again. It works. So CV going down. They didn't find anybody waiting around. It's interesting. I usually see CV at the blue area to find them, but they're going to assume that people are waiting around here. That works out too.
And you're just going with the same setup as last time for Spain, just making sure no one gets into their jungle.
Exactly. And of course with an Oriana, it's hard to invade anyways. She's got a ball to scout for her. So you won't really be able to do that without being detected. And then you wouldn't want to fight against the Lee Sin early game anyways. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he doesn't have his level 2, so he's not strong, but that Q still hurts really bad. And then Janna knockup is the main thing I'd be curious or kind of concerned with, I think. I don't know. Both teams fairly strong. No stuns though. So
yeah, level 1 fight here, really. Nobody's got a great level 1 stun.
no. There's no way you would see the Udyr pick up that as his level 1 because he wants to get a good jungle going, not a potential death in the early game. So anyways, just standard start. I want to watch this here and see if the Brand does well against Oriana or the other way around. Usually, Brand is pretty good in the lane. He works out really well. Oh wow, look at this level 2 gank here. Going to try and shut down this Brand very quickly, but he's actually playing very safe. I don't know if he knows this. Look, he's just all the way up there by his trees. And it could be that he just has a good, one of those sixth sense that the top players tend to have, and just doesn't want to get put into a bad position. Worked out.
Well, especially because you can't really trade auto attacks with Oriana. You have to stay further back.
Yeah.
Because auto attacks get progressively stronger.
True. And then she could just do that. Ball and W. Here we go. This could be a level 1 gank here. There's the Ignite going down. And the Q does hit. That is going to... No, it's not going to kill him. He flashes just in the nick of time. He's going to use his health potion to be just fine. Probably even stay in the lane without any... Well, probably without too much trouble. And let's see. This is going to be a... Wow. Is Jothi going to catch Arane in the jungle? He just left. I don't know if he's going to miss this. But if he would have stayed there, he would have definitely got a kill there on the Udyr, I think. I don't know. I mean, Udyr probably has flash, but I think he could have potentially got that on him. That's unfortunate for him. It's interesting. You get to see the whole map, but if you push the if you push the summoner spell again and you see what the other players see, it's like they have no idea that that person's there and they're so close. It's just kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's another thing the new spectator mode will lend itself to better is kind of understanding what the players actually see.
Yeah, well, you can push that right now. You just can only see the team that you're a part of. So here we go. A little bit of damage going to go down. Not going to really do a lot. Oh, actually, a counter gank going down. He's going to have to be really careful. There's the flash being used so that Aaron can get away. He does miss the Q, so he's not able to follow up on it. Not too big of a deal overall. Let's take a look here. Middle lane. They both have their potions. I think actually Oyana had to use one already, it looks like. So Brand doing a good job of actually putting down some nice poke onto Alfor. I'm not seeing the support. Oh, Sona's sitting in the bush just going back right now. Same thing, Vayne had to go back too, so I guess she got harassed a little bit. Same setup that we saw last game, though, with the Vayne Janna lane.
And it worked pretty well for him last game. Looks like Lee Sin has fallen a little bit behind in jungling, though. Only level 2, and it looks like Udyr's going to catch him.
Oh, wow. Level 4 Udyr. He wasted so much time trying to get counter jungling off. Wasn't able to make that happen. And, yeah, he just got completely pushed out of his jungle there. Now he's low HP. He's going to have a little bit of trouble. Lee Sin usually has a really strong early game, but just didn't work out with Jothi's playstyle here. Now he's getting completely counter jungled. Aaron is taking full control here. He's going to steal not only those wraiths that he just went after, but these small golems going to just hold him back so far. Now only level 3. We'll see. He should be okay. He just has to jump into a lane and get a little bit of experience there. Maybe do some more counter jungling on his own. Here's the part where counter jungling is dangerous. I don't know why Geo didn't take his knockback yet, but he wasn't able to push Aaron into the wall there. If you would have pushed him into the wall, I think he would have done a lot more damage for sure. I guess he takes it at level 4 though. If he didn't have to go back and he was level 4 instead of that Janna, I think that might have been potentially a kill because his flash was down. That Aaron had to pop his flash to save himself at the top lane. Oh wow, look at this. Hane is actually doing the small golems to keep, I guess, Jothi from counter jungling, which is very interesting. So here it goes. He's going to go for it. I don't know if he picked that up. I think he might have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was able to land it.
Yeah. Okay, so Jothi is able to get those 2 golems. Not too bad. Keeps Hine from having them. Just wastes his time a little bit, mostly.
And that's the thing, you know, it is wasting time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Jothi might get caught here. Ocelot already level 6. Oh, and a weird flash, but it does actually save him. He was trying to flash out of the stun. Yeah, that's the main thing he wanted to do was dodge the Hadouken stun there from Ocelot, which would have for sure killed him if he'd done that because Udyr was right there. Aaron is like, never mind, I can't do this red buff. A little too low, no mana. Alright, so far, it's been a pretty, crazy, mostly like all the action has been in the junglers. No one else has had any kills, so I'm curious to see where the first blood is going to be.
Yeah, and just a lot of movement that we're seeing Orianna come, up from mid. These teams are trying very hard.
Oh yeah,
to
this is
get
going to be really bad for Hine. He's getting dove on here. So many creeps to not even help protect him. And that's going to be first blood going to Skyheart. Nice job, and Orianna just skates out of there with, if she had gotten hit by the tower one more time, she would have gone down. So that's a nice job. This tower's going to be losing so many creeps. Or, sorry, I should say Hine's going to be losing so many creeps to this tower. And that's not good, especially with the cannon creep there. That's a huge, huge loss on his part. Man, that's really disappointing to die there in that situation. Especially when you're completely at your tower, you didn't overextend, but it was just perfect timing for Orianna to be able to push his lane out and for Jothi to come up there and do that. That's a really nasty play.
And it looks like they tried to gank bottom, but Geo was able to get out okay. There was a missed Ash arrow that really could have sealed it there.
Yeah, he lost literally 2 levels of experience there, and lots of creep score. So if you take a look, let's see, we've got 45 to 24. So not only 2 levels of experience, but he's almost like twice as much. Almost. That's just really painful.
Yeah, and they've got to make up for it in the other lanes because you did have Orianna leave mid, so you have a 43 to 70 difference there.
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't notice that. How? Oh man, Orianna falling behind. She's gonna need to catch back up. She's gonna get her blue buff. That should make it really easy. Orianna with blue makes farming the lane so just, I don't know, relaxing because it's AFK mode. You don't have to do too much work on your part.
And you have a lot of control because you can basically leave the ball behind the creep wave and just chase the enemy champion around.
Yeah, if you want to do some harass, it's so easy to do that. Against the Bran, it's scarier because he's got long range as well. Once she hits 9, that's going to be so easy for her to farm. I wonder if Jothi knows this dude's here. Yep, there he is. He's just going to jump all around the place.
Nice little combo there, jumping in and then jumping out with his ward.
Yeah, that's generally what you do. From Lee Sin players here, you don't ever want to leave that Q unused. You always want to do that damage and get away with your shield jump back if possible. It does so much damage if you finish it up the whole time. I think Aaron probably shielded most of it though. That's why he's back to full health already. Both Brand and Orianna have this blue buff, so don't really see much going on there. A little bit of counter jungle though. Ariana is going to take this red. He's already level 6. Jothi is 5. I don't think he has any clue that Ariana is there. No, he does not. And actually, he's going to lose it without any way to stop that from happening. That's a little unfortunate for him. Udyr is doing a great job right now.
Really is. And Udyr is such a powerful jungler. You know, we really think of him as being top lane these days because so many people use him there, but we forget he's one of the most powerful junglers.
If there's enough mana for an Ash Arrow, Jothi just made a really silly mistake. I don't understand why he did that, because he saw that the Ash had vision of him and he still walked in and just died. That was a really silly mistake. He got very greedy trying to go for XPK there and just simply got kited and killed. Oh wow, that was a great job. Geo actually dodged with his roll, getting away from Arane there, and looks like a kill went down middle lane at the same time. I'm still watching this bottom though. Doesn't look like anything is going to happen. Geo uses his ulti to try and pick up a kill, but everybody just kind of backs out, and Sona will go back to base. What did you see what happened there middle? Did she just get a combo? Or
I missed it as well.
I haven't. Did Warwick come down there? Let me see. Did he get an assist? No, he got a kill. So yeah, I think he actually came down from top and ultied on the Brand and was able to get a kill. I'm thinking that's what happened.
Oh wow, and the dive by Geo there getting Ash.
Well, damn it. Can't you guys just wait? No. So in any case, that Ash had no support with Sona having to go back, and so I guess they just took advantage of that.
And Geo doing a great job this game on Vayne, dodging 2 ults now, and a very, very good dive there for that kill.
Mm-hmm. The Ashe is up on the creep score, however that kill is going to give Vayne a slight advantage. And looks like Vayne is catching up now, pretty much caught up. Let's see how we're doing with Orianna farm. 84 to 100, so not too far behind, just 14 creep score. Now that she's past level 9, she can easily hit that. Wow, if that arrow had hit her, I can see her going down very quickly to that Brand, but you know, that's one of those hit or miss type things.
Yeah. Well, look at the huge farm difference at top, though. I mean, that's where you need to get that champion farmed, and Jax is not hanging with Warwick.
No. He had such a big shutdown. That 1 kill up top was probably the biggest kill you could have gotten on somebody. I mean, that was... Oh, wow. Did you see that in middle? They were trying to do a little bit of a Jothi Althor gank, and it didn't work out. Now it's going to be counter-ganked by Erne here. Luntstam's going to go on to Jothi, and he is going to go down to the Ignite. Ocelot picks up the kill, and now Althor's in big trouble. If he gets chased down by this Udyr, he's got the red buff. He's going to have to flash his way out. Wow, he actually gets the kill on Ocelot. That was a great bait kind of there. And now Erinne's on the run from those creeps. And unfortunately, though, not enough mana from Althor. He cannot actually continue to chase that. He won't get the kill. But wow, that was a great job. Great play there on his part. That's a 1-for-1 trade.
Yeah, great awareness to see that Brand was coming back into the fight knowing he had enough burst to take him down.
Yeah, all he needed was that QW, and that did it. I think it was a great play on both junglers' parts to be there for that, or I guess a great play on Erinne's part to be there for that counter gank. It's just that Brand got a little greedy, and Ocelot, paid the price for it. Alright, so Dragon Control, we could see a dragon fight here very soon. She's running around with oracles, looking for those wards, not finding any, so they know that they have a chance to get it. There is wards on both locations, so it is safe for them to do this once they... oh, actually, there's an Ash Arrow going down, stopping Geo from going full in, but Jothi is actually there with the Bush Gang. No mana left for Ash. Going down once again, that's the second time she's died, and now Jax and Erinne are going to go for this dragon since bottom lane is a little low. They're going to need to get there very quickly or they're going to lose this. It's going down very fast and Althor wants to stop them. Is he going to get there in time? I don't think so. There's going to be the smite and they're going to jump out of there. No problem. That was a awesome pickup. And let's see if they can stop somebody. Oh, wow. Great stun. That still doesn't matter. He's able to get enough burst in to pick up the kill with Althor's help. So one dragon there for 2 kills. I don't know. I'd say it's fairly even. Kills are going to the right people here, so that's kind of what matters here. And then they're going to take the blue. So I'd say that overall, it appears that France probably came out ahead of that one. I would say, to be honest. Given Geo a kill and then given a kill to Althor and then a blue buff to Althor once again, that's going to be pretty harmful.
Well, and helping catch up in farm too, having players down for this amount of time. Vayne is caught up in farm plus the 2 kills.
Exactly. Vayne with kills is a very scary thing to deal with. What items? Let's take a look. She's got a... She's working towards the Bloodthirster. She already has the BF and Vamp, so we'll have that very soon. And let's see, anything else? What does Ashe got? Ashe, pretty much the same thing. I'm curious though. She's going to go for a Bloodthirster instead of a Infinity Edge. That's a little different than what you would expect. Wow, big damage burst going down there. That Sona doing huge damage. Now exhausted. Geo's in big trouble here if he keeps getting attacked like that. He's going to have to flash out and barely gets away there with no mana, no HP. And flash being used from Kuja. That's nice that they were able to get away from that. If there was any support from Erinne there, they would have definitely both gone down. So that's lucky on their part. And, especially Janna, you don't want to lose that Oracle so early on. Here's a bit of action going on in the middle, though. Looks like Hane is jumping in, not able to actually stun anybody. Gets kicked back before he's able to do so. And now it's just going to get zoned. Big props to Udyr, though. He's doing a great job of counter-jungling this entire game. He's still in there doing it, too. Just looking for people to jump onto. Let's see, was Vayne able to finish? Nope. Actually, Vayne is... I guess that's just a different build than I'm used to. This is the same thing as last... Okay, going back to the middle there real quick.
Great job at mid.
Yeah, it looks like both of them got caught trying to attack that Erinne, and he was able to live long enough and then picked up a double kill. That was a great job. I guess his ultimate probably bounced and killed him really fast.
Yeah, what ended up happening is they actually got a really good initiate by Orianna with the ultimate, but Oceloto got his ult off, which just bounced between the two of them. There were no minions and just too much damage.
Yeah, once you get that bouncing ultimate, it's like Ryze's old school ulti is what I feel like. You remember that one?
Yeah, back before they went to mana based for Ryze.
Well, even before that, like back in beta, his ulti was the little bouncing ball thingy, and it did massive amounts of damage. That was basically his only spell that was good. And you would just run up to them and use it, and they would kill him. Let's see, Hein here is... Let's see if he's coming back. 79 to 130. Oh, not necessarily. Working on it, though.
I mean, trying to gain ground, but Warwick is just farming so well.
Yeah, Warwick's going to be a pretty scary guy just because he's so hard to kill, and he's not going to have that huge initial burst, But the fact that he can sit there in the fight for so long, and if he gets a couple of cooldowns in, that's when he becomes a little more dangerous. The longer he stays in a fight, the more dangerous he becomes. Ooh, Jalti wants to go for a kill here onto Ocelot. Kind of a silly move on his part. Gets stunned and hit with the W from Ocelot. That was a really silly play on his. I don't know what he thought he could have possibly done there with all four. Now Kuji going to lose in Oracles as well. This is looking really bad for France, and I think that Spain could potentially begin coming back from this if they keep making these silly mistakes. And now with all of them here, see, what is the timer on Dragon? I don't think it's going to be up soon, but...
yeah, about a minute and a half still. About 2 minutes.
Yeah. Ouch, Althor getting hit too. This brand is doing work. Oh my god. Looks like Skyra completely dove Jax up top. He is so far ahead, he's able to do that.
And do it without taking much damage. I mean, he's down.
Oh no, now Gio gets caught as well. Ultimate going down from Althor. I don't think he's going to be able to finish this off. Yes, he does. Never mind, I'm sorry. And at the same time, though, he's going to give that blue buff back to Aaron, and they're going to take this bottom tower. That's 2 kills. Again, Spain coming out ahead of that one since they will be able to take this top tower. I say in France's favor, though, this Warwick is going to be very strong. They need to get back and get some team fights going on here and stop getting caught. Because if they keep getting caught like this and not making fair trades, then Spain's going to be able to easily outclass them later as the game keeps going on. And Aaron is so far ahead. He's going to be kind of like Udyr, or sorry, he's going to be kind of like Warwick in a sense that he's going to be just unstoppable, and probably not so much so since he is jungling this game. He's not able to get all those farmed creep score in and whatnot. He does have 2 kills though in his favor.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Both teams really getting, you know, a bruiser stacked, Warwick and Udyr.
As well as their AP carry. The brand right now is a huge, huge problem. He's able to completely burst people down, especially if he gets a stun down. I mean, it's painful. It's very painful. That was a good job there. Jalti actually able to pick up that tower. Flashes out of the arrow just in time. I thought I was going to hit him. I was wrong. And that would have killed him if it did, for sure.
And such a great shot on that arrow. I mean, not connecting, but just an incredible shot.
Yeah, it was a long-range arrow. She shot it from the blue area here. They're going to pick up that blue for the brand. So next fight that they go into, they're going to have to be very careful not to get caught. Oh, man, Skylar, what is he thinking here? I don't know if he realizes the brand is there, but he's strong enough that he can at least take a couple hits, and that's fine. Lots of wards here. Look at this. 2 wards in that same bush. Alright, they're going to have to be really careful here. They want to go for this dragon. There's a nice ulti, but at the same time, it only hits like one person. Now Scar will go down, and the brand ultimate finishes him off. Ocelot getting even more farmed up with more kills. Let's see, Sona is trying to get chased down, but she's able to run away through the bush. Gio now in a bad position. No ulti up to continue fighting here. Ocelot actually gets kicked over the wall, but still goes down to Hein. And let's see if they can catch them. Nice ulti from Janna, pushing him back. Jax so that he cannot leap on top, but he flashes in. He's going to continue going for the kill. Kuja will go down. I have no doubt that they are going to catch him. Gio actually gets stunned. What a great hit from Brand there. Ouch. This is looking terrible for France. Spain is doing a great job of just landing all their skill shots and being in the right positioning at all times. I think that was a terrible spot for France to be in here at the Dragon area. They were just they were split. They tried to go for Sona, didn't even catch her, and they even lose Dragon here. So this is really starting to turn in Spain's favor heavily, I would say. Very heavily. What is your gold looking at?
530, and I did buy an item to start with.
530. So so that's awesome. That's a lot. So I'm only at like 200 or so from that middle tower.
Yeah, and it's really even back up here. It's a nice move by Warwick there, getting to Bran.
Sorry, my screen like bugged out there. Let's see. That's a good kill though, getting Bran gold. That's 363 or 390. I don't know who done it. Which one is Bran? Ocelot. So yeah, Ocelot gave up 399. Bottom tower goes down, I guess. What was that? Which tower just died?
Top tower.
Down. Oh, top tower. I was like, what the heck? I was like, bottom tower was already down. Anyways.
Yeah, just able to follow up that kill on Brand, pushing the lane with 3, and Spain couldn't get anyone there. Really
right now,
tanky now.
I feel kind of like Jothy's been having a hard game this time. He fell behind early on, and then he just keeps getting caught by this brand,
Has destroyed a
and
turret.
it's looking bad. That's a nice 2 snipes though. They got top and bottom tower in that last couple seconds or so. At least they're not out of the game yet. They are falling behind heavily, but those 2 towers, that's actually pretty nice. Can you remember who got the first dragon, or was that first dragon the one we just saw?
There was one before that, but I do not remember who got it.
Let's see. 20
I would say with
minutes.
us having 530, we've got to have at least, we've got 1 turret,
Oh.
so probably 2 dragons.
Yeah, we actually have pretty even now. The game is very, very close at this point because I'm at 450. So I think that it's just going to come down to who gets caught in the next fight. They're going to be a little bit of dragon action, or sorry, Baron action going on here. They have the ward coverage to see them coming. Will they be able to pick up this Baron in time? I don't know. We don't have Sona or Ashe there. Ashe Arrow probably going to be shot down, but this Baron I think will go down for France. This is great pickup for them. Yes.
And then it jumps straight over by Warwick. Great play.
Yeah, that was really awesome. And now Ocelot getting big damage. Really nice flash, dodging that. Janna tornado and an ultimate going down defensively, trying to keep them off. Geo, boom, big damage from Ocelot. Holy crap, he says, never mind, I'm going to walk the other direction because that hurt really bad. Wow, Ashe Arrow almost takes him out, and he will be saved by the Janna ulti. That was a really great Janna ulti. I think that would have killed him if he did not use that right there.
A great kick from Lee Sin, knocking up 3 people.
Yeah, that was perfect play. Janna plus the Lee Sin kick. That probably saved them from losing 3 or 4 people there, I think. And now everybody's low mana. They cannot even follow if they wanted to. While at the same time, Geo is already back to half health from life stealing. And I like that Vamp Scepter. Rather than going fully for a Bloodthirster. Wow, I was not expecting that. How did he get that kill? Did he just have a nice Q at the end, or what?
Yeah, flash through with a great Q.
Wow. Just flash Q and then jumped out of there. I was not expecting to see that at all. Excuse me. And they're just going to continue pushing this now with the Baron buff.
Yeah, every time it seems like Spain is starting to turn the fight here, France just has done something. It's been one character doing something to bring it right back.
You know, I really thought Spain was going to be ahead of this one the whole time, but because of the fact that they kept getting caught like that. However, when they got those top 2, or the top and bottom tower, and then went for Baron and got that really hurt their chances, because now they're up to 900. And Spain's going to have to make a play here pretty soon if they don't want to fall behind. They just need to essentially take the top and mid tower, and they should be able to catch back up. They're not out of it yet. That just hurt them really bad. Their lead is now gone for sure. All right, pretty intense game, man. So not a complete shutdown at all. This is going to be one of those games that is going to be very back and forth the entire time. It's going to just come down to one very bad play by one team where the other team is going to, be able to like take everything.
Yeah,
that Baron fight was one of them, but we'll see.
And I think because of the turrets, France has a little bit more room to make mistakes. One big mistake by Spain, and they'll push to the next. I mean, they'll end it on an ace. So Spain has to be way more cautious than France does.
All right, there we go. Nice little Ashe vision giving them detection of the impending doom coming their way, but they're going to be fine. And Warwick wants to push top, so they're going to do a little bit of split action here. I don't know if they're waiting on this dragon. It looks like they're actually waiting on dragon to spawn. So they're just deciding, what do we do, guys? We've got to make something happen here. I want to talk about the Vayne build, though, because it's interesting. I've never seen that until these guys started playing, where I usually see someone either pick up Bloodthirster or Infinity Edge, but instead of doing that, he knows he wants the lifesteal for the sustain. However, he wants the Infinity Edge for the damage, so that's kind of interesting that he went for that Vamp Scepter and then just left it there and goes for the Infinity Edge. It seems to be working out. fairly well.
Well, and especially working with a Janna as your support, because Janna's shield's going to keep it to where you don't take much damage, and Vamp Scepter will let you regen whatever you do take.
Yeah. It's kind of like a mix between going for the Madred / Bloodthirster, but just going straight up damage instead. So it makes sense. I like it. I mean, it's a little less sustained, but with more emphasis on just quickly getting your damage items that you need. So they do pick up that dragon, and they're going to pick up their jungle buffs, I'm assuming. Yes, blue buff is up. I don't know who will get that. Probably Oriana soon. She's going to go back right now, actually. Looks like she's going for a Rylaze. That's interesting. She's going to have a slow on her ball. I don't... Let's see. Does Brand... Nope, Brand's going straight for damage. He goes Death Cap and Void Staff. And let's see. I'm just trying to take a look at items since I know everyone kind of complains about that if I don't do it enough. Ashe is farming very well, actually. Do you see that? 227.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's already got Bloodthirster and a Phantom built up.
And look at the items on Brand.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He's got the Death and Void. So he's got big damage, and I don't think there's a lot of magic resist on the team, but even if they did, that would help him quite a bit. So once everyone hits about 100 magic resist, that's when that Void Staff is, I think, starting to do really well. But there's only one champion, that's Jothi, that's even close to that. Or probably Warwick, let me see. No, not even Warwick, yeah. So Void Staff probably wasn't even that necessary yet. Wow, nice little Ashe Arrow gonna go into Jothi, gonna pick him up for sure. Big damage, and a great sword ultimate to pick up the Janna who was trying to save them. That was a very good initiate. That's one of those things that, oh wow, nice ignite, picking up the kill for Althor to the Arane, who's Udyr. So that was a 2-for-1 trade, and that's one of those things, man. Ashe Arrow just completely can change the flow of a game if it's caught correctly.
And for the other side, though, look at Warwick. I mean, Warwick gets up into the front of that, and you notice the burst just dropping champions. Oh, yeah. Warwick gets in the front of the team, and the burst from everyone takes him to like 3/4 health.
Yeah, he's really strong with his Wits End and Madreds. He's able to use his ulti, and he's taking off a percentage of their health plus an extra 42 bonus magic damage each time. That thing ticks about 5 times, I believe. His ulti does. So that's a lot. That's a lot. And then he's also taking his Sunfire Cape the whole time he's standing there. So Warwick's a big threat right now for their team, as well as a very difficult to kill champion.
Yeah, and just having incredible sustain, like you said, Wits End, an item I think is really underappreciated on North American servers.
Oh yeah, for sure. So let's see who's gonna make the next big play. Is it gonna be an Ashe Arrow? Are we gonna see someone getting caught by Warwick and a little bit of ball ulti action maybe? I don't know. I'm still afraid of this Brand. His ulti and stun and W combo are huge bursts. Alright, it's getting to heating up here. Now the Baron is up, and we're just going to wait for this to happen. I know we're going to see some action here. There's a ward there. Warwick has one ward ready to go. No oracles from him, but Janna does, so she's going to go ahead and clear these out, and we're going to see a little bit of contesting on these areas. Let's see who has the oracles. So there we go. Sun is going to go ahead and clean these wards up. They're going to start this, or are they going to fight? I don't know. It's going to be risky. There's Ashe Arrow going down. It is going to hit the Janna. That's a great target, but no one is able to follow up, so it actually feels kind of wasted at this point, but I actually saw a Oriana ult get wasted there as well. Wow, look at that damage going on Ocelot. He does get away just fine, though. He's barely able to make it. Is that not going to kill him? I think it will. Yes, the Ignite does finish him off. And now a nice Janna ulti keeps them all up just a little bit longer to continue fighting here. Hein's going to go down. He has to jump away to try and escape. He's barely going to walk out, and will he be able to make it? I think so. Yes, he's going to be... Oh, no! Nice job from Jothi. He's able to come in there, kick him, and take him out. And Ashe is just standing here trying to wait for a safe time to jump into that fight. She decides there is no safe time, so she's going to run out of there. And nice job from France, able to finish that fight off very well. And I like that kill from Jothi too. I thought that he was for sure going to get away. And nice flash, but is he going to still die? Oh man, that tornado would have actually killed him. That was a nice flash.
Very close there, but such a great job managing their low health characters by France. Several of them dropped low in the fight and they were able to get out without dying, and that was what Spain couldn't do. They were just getting bursted down one at a time.
Wow, what awesome play. That was a very intense fight. Both teams are really low. They just did a great job of kiting, and then, you know, the Ash Arrow, while it was nice that it hit the Janna there, it's just unfortunate it was not able to actually hit them at the right moment because his team wasn't there to follow up, and you could say that it was kind of the fact that he wasted his ult is canceled out by the fact that Orianna ult didn't do a lot of work. But at the same time, I think that right now France has a team that can last out longer past the burst. So what I mean by that is that Spain, I believe, relies on their ultis and getting off that initial burst and killing some people. However, France, their team, if they can kind of bait out and live past that initial burst, they can they have more sustained damage with their Warwick, Orianna's low cooldowns, and of course Jothi able to just sit there and you know, rack up damage on the people. I feel that that's actually stronger than what Spain has to offer in a fight, and that's what I feel like. So.
Yeah, and it's one of the downsides to having a real bursty team like Jax is you can't take that advantage right at the beginning of a fight. The other team's just going to outlast you.
Yeah. All right, cool deal. And this Vayne is getting very scary right now. He's also got a Quicksilver Sash to keep himself from getting Ash Arrowed, and if they take him out, that's definitely going to be really bad for the team. So he knows this, so the Quicksilver Sash is a very intelligent decision on his part. I'm imagining that he's either going to turn this Vamp Scepter into a Bloodthirster, or he's just going to go for more attack speed. Now that they're going for this Dragon, they say, okay guys, they're at the Dragon, let's pick up this Baron before they can get here. I think they will not be able to get it in time though. They're going to have to really hurry. They didn't even get this this ward. They should have killed that ward, but this is going to be very close. There's a nice Ash Arrow, picks her up just in time. The actual, oh no, it gets stolen. They did not pick it up in time. There's a kill. Wow, what a big amount of damage going down from that Orianna. They will maybe be able to turn this fight around. I don't know. Ocelot is still up and he has quite a bit of damage. And yes, there he goes. He takes out Jothi. Jothi's down, but Skyro picks up the kill onto Althor. Or, sorry, not on Althor, but onto Ocelot. And now he's running. That is a pretty bad trade there. I think Spain did a great job of getting there in time. And as far as France is concerned, they made a huge mistake not killing that ward, first off. And also maybe a little bit hasty on their part going for that Baron. They could have probably pulled off and won that fight if they didn't get it stolen.
Well, and just an awesome steal by Spain. That's what really set it apart. If France had finished that Baron and been fighting with Baron there, they had the advantage in the beginning.
Yes. Wow, what great play this game. And while I thought that France was going to win that, they got caught in that small area that they don't want to get caught into. And that big burst went down and they just could not continue to sustain. The Vayne died extremely quickly, which is the problem, I believe. She needs to be in a position where she can jump in there, do some big damage, and maybe burst down that Jax, force him out of the fight. That was not the case. Since he stayed alive there, that's kind of what turned the fight around. Jax is the sustained portion of Spain's team fight, and he was left there too long. They killed all the bursty first and left the sustain. That's what lost it.
Well, especially trying to escape then, because you're not gonna run away from Udi or Jax. It's just not possible. They have so much slow and stun, and being able to speed themselves up as well.
Yeah, exactly. Janna not picking up another Oracles. That's unfortunate. She's kind of low on items. She knows she can't do that. Probably going to be going for that Shirelius very soon, from what I can tell, with the Kindle Gem. And let's take a look what else we got. Sona still has her Oracles. Either that or... Wait, did she die that fight? No, she did die that fight. She just picked up another Oracle. She does have the Shirelius, so she is much more farmed. What is your gold at?
1320.
So the game's actually still even then, because it's 1240 here on this side, but I guess the Sona's just had better luck with her money. And kills are pretty even. So it's still anyone's game. I mean, regardless, they did get that Baron, but there's only 2 champions that have it. As long as France can just kind of hang on, not really lose too many towers here at this point, they're still going to be fine. Oh, Ash Arrow! Oh, wow, it catches Geo. He uses his Quicksilver to get out of it, though. That is a good play to have that up and ready to go. It doesn't have too long of a cooldown either. So by the time that Ash Arrow's up, he should be fine. Either that or he'll just be behind a tank and not get caught.
Yeah, and Quicksilver paying dividends immediately. It really is a great item, especially with an initiate like an Ash Arrow.
Yes. All right, so red buff now full controlled by Spain, and they're just going to go ahead and brute down this tower, tank it by Udyr, and there's nothing that tower's going to do. It didn't even touch his shield, doesn't look like. He's so tanky right now. He's got enough armor, 162 armor, plus 160 magic resist. Yeah, he's extremely hard to deal with at this point. I do believe that they're going to have to really worry about that Udyr, since he's an impenetrable wall right now.
And both teams have to be careful here with how they initiate, because they've all got all 5 down here. But one wrong move initiating, getting your squishies up front.
Oh no, that is not what they needed. Kuja walking into the middle of there. I don't know why she did that all by herself, losing an Oracle's right after he bought it, not even making use of it. Now Jalti gets caught, jumped onto, has to use his flash. Flash being used to chase now. Also not going to go for the kill. Will pick it up, and I think this is going to be the end of the game right here. That's when they needed. Oh wow, arrow misses, not too good. But at the same time, the Sona ult will finish off Althor most likely. Woo, nice ulti there to keep him alive, but this XPK will finish it off. Now going down though, good job by Geo picking that up, and also will go down too, and so will Erne. Holy crap, that actually turned around fast. That was not good. Geo's going to pick up another kill on the Hane. That turned around really fast. They should not have dove that Orianna. That was a terrible decision on their part. Now Sona on the run, and wow, they could have actually probably taken a lot there, but instead they got greedy and went for kills rather than towers and ended up losing their team.
And just incredible. Every time it seems like
Oh my goodness.
one team is just taking a huge advantage over the other, something changes it. You know, incredible ability by both teams to turn around a team fight they're initially losing.
Exactly. They actually turned it from, hey guys, we got a couple kills, we're going to pick up an inhibitor here, to, I think they're going to lose an inhibitor. That was a terrible mistake. I mean, that feels almost like an elementary mistake on their part doing that.
Yeah, getting too greedy to chase Orianna under the turret there.
Yeah.
And great job by Vayne and Warwick following it up.
Yeah. Now Spain actually behind, I feel like. With that inhibitor down, they're going to have to play defensive at this point.
Yeah, especially mid. It's rough to have mid constantly pushed.
Mid constantly pushed, and they're going to have their blue onto Orianna here. And I'm not sure if there's... I think that Baron will be around the time that inhibitor's coming back up as well. We'll see. I'm not sure the exact... Let me see if they wrote it down. They have the dragon timer, but actually, no, they don't. I mean, that's from previous, so... Spain gonna go ahead and pick up the dragon. That at least gives them that advantage of gold.
Yeah, and more global gold will really help them. You know, we're starting to get to the point, though, where people are starting to max out their builds.
Yes, this is true. You can see Warwick with almost a full set of items. He's going to have that Randuin's very soon. That's going to be the last thing he can fit in those slots. Erne feeling very close to the same way. I don't know if he's going to be going for... I don't know, cloth. I don't know. We'll see what he builds with that cloth armor. And obviously not the supports. They're never going to have that finished build. I'd say right now, Jalti's kind of far behind, and if you compare him to what Udyr has, that's going to be the big deal there. Oh no, Geo is so strong with that double Phantom Dancers with an Infinity Edge and a little bit of Lifesteal there as well. He's going to hit like a truck in a fight. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
not to mention the ability to chase with the speed from 2 Phantom
Oh,
Dancers
yeah.
and his passive.
Exactly. And he's got 2 double buffs. He's got Elixir of Agility as well as Fortitude. He's ready to win the game right here. Oh, arrow, is it going to hit? Yes, it will hit Kucha. Can he get out of there in time? I think he's going to be fine. That ball will go ahead and slow them down. Now Warwick getting started on by Erne. But Erne, oh man, Jalti goes down instantly to the burst from Brand. But Hein now as well taking big damage from Geo on top of the Orianna damage. Skyro trying to stay alive as much as possible, and his lifesteal just keeping him up enough with Erne not able to do enough damage to finish him off. Now he'll die to Althor, so this is looking bad. I think France might go ahead and take this game. I think Spain had it, and then they gave it away. Great job by them overall. I have to give them credit. both teams credit, actually, because both teams played very well in all 3 games, and this one in addition. This was by far one of the most exciting games to watch in a while, for sure. Very back and forth.
It really was incredible, and if you want to see a testament to how back and forth it was, if you were in IRC at ESL.lol, every 5 minutes someone was declaring one team had completely lost or the other team had completely lost.
Wow. That is an amazing job there by Spain and France, but overall, Spain made a bad decision there, lost their inhibitor, and France was able to come back for the victory. That's going to be a 2-1 victory in favor of France. Great job, well played both teams. It was exciting to watch, and good luck going on to the rest of the games as well. So for everybody watching, we're going to go ahead and take a look and see who's the winner of the headset.